Chief Bode George is a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party and has been very vocal about what way the party should be looking ahead the next election. He joins me now for more conversation about happenings within the PDP as well as other matters of national importance. Chief George, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
So some say what you've identified as weakness is actually strength for your party's 2023 presidential candidate. That is perhaps the most experienced candidate if you account the number of times he's contested since 1993. And, just recently we had a president who won on his fourth attempt. And by the way, it will be the same age as Joe Biden of America, who is seeking a second term as we speak. So they say you may have to present more reasons than just his age. Do you agree?
Look, there are procedures in our party. We have a system, and the system that we run was conceptualized at the inception of this party. There were some errors, some mistakes. Of course, when you are human, you're bound to make mistakes sometimes. The way we handled the zoning concept during that period gave us the results we had. And the party has to get back to the ways by which the founding fathers established our party. Because, when you go, a divided house will always remain a defeated house. But, of course, there are still elders, there are still those who were part and parcel of the formation of the party. We are calling everybody back to review what happened. And until we do that, there's still time. 2027 is still some few years from now. And that is what a civil organization should do. If you go out and you are giving a punch and you landed on your stomach, you get up, do a review, and then you can come back to be a much better fighter. It was a shock to me that some of us still even believe that we didn't lose that election, but with the internal disorganization, dissatisfaction, and no cohesion, the fight to battle, even in the courts, we were divided. If you look at the votes of Kwankwaso, Obi, and Atiku, if they had remained within the confines of the PDP, we would have won.
I hear you, Chief Judge.
Because of
and your party candidate, I think it's a spokesman of his campaign organization, says that he's going to run again. And he seems to have shown over the years that he knows his way around these things, getting the tickets, the presidential tickets of the AC and PDP on different occasions, right? So I'm wondering what you think or who you think can stop him now if he desires to run, which is well within his right.
He doesn't own the party. No individual owns our own party. Our party is not like the APC. We have an organization. And I think because of what happened the last time, we have learned a lot of lessons. And we are going to come back, dissect the areas of disagreement, and our ability to manage the differences that sent us in different directions that time will get us back to the table. And if PDP is the Iroko tree, the political Iroko tree for this country, the APC, all these other, they're like a congregation of strange bedfellows. They don't have the powers and the spread that we have as a political party. You spoke about our candidate the last time. Yes, you know, if he says he still wants to contest, the party will now sit down and look at the parameters, the details of the zoning, because Section 7, subsection 3C of our party constitution is so clear. And, you know, the way the former chairman, Ayu, managed that period, it wasn't well done. And now I have said it, and I will repeat it. You see, when the founding fathers sat during the tail end of General Abdul Salam's administration, he said, look, why is it that every now and then, every democratic government in power will collapse? What are the factors that are mitigating against our civilian continuity in governance? There are 14 of them. Chibolage represented the Southwest. He was there. Baba Alex Ekweme was there. Jim Wobudu was there. Baba Solomon La, late. Baba Shiroma, late. So, Baba Bamanga Tukotu was there. Those who had been part of the First Republic came around. And what did they say? They said, look, the First Republic centered on the majority tribes. The majority had their say and their way. And the minority tribes, both North and South, were just mere onlookers. Of course, that would not augur well for unity, it would not augur well for continuity, and it would not augur well for you to be part and parcel, to be proud that, listen, I am a member of this organization and everybody is important. So they came to a conclusion that, look, let's divide Nigeria into 6 geopolitical zones. That's in our own constitution. But if you look at the national constitution, that's not there. They divided Nigeria into 6 geopolitical zones. 3 in the north, 3 in the south. Northwest, northeast, north central. Southwest, southeast, south. And they came up and said there are 6 top positions. 6 top positions in the land. The president, the vice president, the Senate President, the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Secretary to the government, and the National Chairman of our party. You see, each of these zones will have one of these top positions. So it gives you that sense of belonging. It is not absolutely novel, because in Switzerland, that is exactly the policy they practice.
I hear you clearly, Chief Judge. And I understand your line of thought, but permit me to butt in quickly, because I want to be able to ask you as many questions within a short period of time. I've also heard your line of thought as to how this rotational system is entrenched in your party's constitution. But some have said, in addition to the points you have made, that the blame for where PDP is should be shared amongst all the stakeholders. Oftentimes we've seen party stakeholders support and sponsor candidates in an election against their own party because of one discontent or the other. Or, you know, they have asked questions like, what happened to party loyalty, whether or not things go your way? How do you build a formidable party, for instance, when at every slight provocation, stakeholders engage in anti-party activities?
You know, human beings are human beings. Even in America today, They've been in governance for over 200 years. There's a senator who is a Democratic senator, all right, who is saying that he still wants to contest and that, as an independent. So you will have such. But the important thing in life is for the majority to believe in the doctrine of your party. If the party laws are well stated and you go along with the party laws, then you are loyal to the party. Some people look at individuals. No individual can pocket our party. And if you did it, you will see the final the outcome of what you're doing. And you can see what we did the last general election and all the way we packaged and all that. There were loopholes. There were loopholes. Eventually, you discountenanced some zones and you still expected them to vote for you? No. Nobody owns the PDP. It's a collective ownership. So if the laws of the party are there and you are really loyal and dedicated and committed to that party, you follow their rules. Indeed. We have laws. This is the only party in this country.
Chief Judge, allow me to jump in again. Quickly, yeah. I just like to get your point on, your thoughts on Nigeria today under the Tinubu administration. The last time we spoke, it was exactly 1 month of this administration, and you had a fair assessment of Mr. President's decision, including his choice of service chief. What's your assessment now, some 8 months after?
Now, look, I will always tell the truth to power, no matter what. The state of our nation today calls to question. So many sectors are not working. We must be deceiving ourselves if you say that after 7 months there had been that magic wand and that it's all well. No. Look at all the economic indices. Very destabilizing. Look at the insecurity in the society in Nigeria. And as a government, the first responsibility of the government to the people is to protect lives and properties. But where are we? And it has come now that he needs to, he is the president. He needs to calm down, open up, and don't make it just like only the APC people can manage it. They've been there now for 7 months. I can't see each time I listen to the economic group, they are talking and saying things, I just laugh. Basically, there is need for him to look out to people, professionals in the field of finance and economy who can help. They are not politicians. They don't belong to party A or party B. They have made names for themselves. They are brilliant. These will be people who will walk behind the curtain with him. They have already achieved their goals and aims in life. They are there in this country. That is the beauty of Nigeria. Because, you see, my suggestion is that all those who have been managing directors of all commercial banks in Nigeria should be invited to the villa. Those who have been managing directors of commercial banks in the last 25, 30 years They should be invited, and they must attend. Because this rottenness is completely between the central bank and them. They will tell us or tell him, because he needs the detailed information for him to take action and resolve the issue. The Mami market, the mama in that market doesn't care who is a minister. All she wants is that, I have brought my goods, people are buying.
All right,
at
Chief Judge.
reasonable rates for him to make his interest, to make his own earnings. And if you don't do that, we are just wasting our time. I heard yesterday, I saw some people along Nnamdi Azikiwe in Lagos. You see, the major issue, I've told you now how they can resolve this financial part. Those who have collected dollars, all these managing directors of banks, must come out. Come and tell us. Tell them at their meeting, how much did their bank collect in how many years? What did they do with it? Because you suddenly find out some young managing directors who are just retiring and they are establishing universities. They have the temerity to go to CNN and be advertising such. What are you doing? Where is his factory? Where did he make that kind of money from? And all we had, the rottenness, in the allocation of the dollars to this, to that, is mind-boggling. For God's sake, it's mind-boggling. And the way we are going, he will spend the whole 4 years now still finding solutions to it.
Allow me to jump in again.
Get all of them to come back, Judge, and come and talk to explain where they got all the dollars from. And what it seems like we've completely
run out of time, right? It sounds like you're asking the president to, engage a wider consultation moving forward. But just your take in a minute, if you can. The ruling party has alleged that opposition parties were instigating unsuspecting youths to protest against the cost of living following the protest we saw in Niger and Kano. Do you agree, that this is the height of unpatriotism if this allegation were to be true? In a minute, sir.
For me, I know, as a matter of fact, that the opposition party, we are trying to reestablish ourselves, to find solutions to the problems created during the preparation for the elections. Look, whether you are a rich man or a poor man in Nigeria today, tell me who is happy. You can't. You think it is by party group that are happy? No. Everybody, the majority. In fact, how many of us are card-carrying members of any political party? The majority of our people are hungry, and they are therefore angry. The daily bread, the transportation to the market, you even going to work with your car, the cost of fuel, the cost of diesel, there's no power. It is all over. It is not that it is sectored to only non-APC members. So I want to plead. They need to sit down and open up, get some of these professionals who are first-class brains. We have them in this country. They can help him.
I'm afraid we have to go now. We'll definitely find time to continue this conversation. Former military governor on those states.
Thank you very much.
About the beauty of the PDP. Chief Bode George, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on the program this evening. All over again at midnight and at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I am Nifemi Oguntoye, back at the top of the hour with more stories from around Nigeria. Stay with us, everyone.